Melinda and I'm the Kitchen Diva. Now today I'm going to make something very, very simple. I'm making 2 ingredient biscuits. Yes, that's right, I said 2 ingredients. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to make some breakfast. So let's just get started. I'm going to use 2 cups of flour. Now that's self-rising flour. And then 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. And the measurements for these biscuits, it doesn't have to be exactly 2 cups, but just get it as close as you can. That'll be fine. This recipe uses this heavy whipping cream, and what I read about this is the reason this is good to use is you don't have to use any kind of fat, because this has plenty of fat in it, like butter or lard or some other kind of fat that you might use for biscuits. Okay, so 1.5 cups. I'm gonna leave this heavy whipping cream out just in case the biscuits are not wet enough. You don't want it overly dry, but you don't want it super wet either. So somewhere in between. I would normally just use frozen or canned biscuits, but occasionally I do like to make homemade biscuits. And to be honest, I'm not all that good at it, so I found this recipe and I thought I'd give it a try. And I'm glad I did. Here I wasn't exactly happy with the consistency of the dough, so I just added a little bit extra heavy whipping cream, and I would say it's about 1/4 cup that I added, and it ended up being just right. I'm just going to take some of my flour. I'll just use this surface here. Just put some of my flour down.
What's the purpose of putting the flour out?
So it won't stick to your hands. And it'll make the dough to where it's easier to work with. Now here I chose to pat out my biscuit dough rather than use a rolling pin. But you can use a rolling pin, that's fine. You'll notice I pat it out and then turn it and fold it over, and that helps the biscuits to be more tender and flaky. You just turn it, or you pat it to the thickness you like your biscuits. I'm not sure what size this is, this biscuit cutter, but you can just use whatever you want. If you don't have a biscuit cutter, just use a glass, a cup of some kind. Here I'll just spray down my cookie sheet and start getting my biscuits cut and onto the pan. And it's best to make sure that they're touching so that whenever they bake, they fluff up a lot better. To let you know, I forgot to tell you, I preheated the oven to 450 and the biscuits bake for 10 to 12 minutes. And while they're baking, I'm going to do the rest of the breakfast foods. We have 3 hash browns in the air fryer, and then I've got some bacon grease in a pan, and I'm going to just put the ham in there. It's pre-cooked ham, so it just needs to heat. Now I'm just getting the ham heated through, and then I will make some pre-packaged gravy. I would usually just make some homemade gravy, but I didn't have any milk and I had this package, so I just used it. I don't even eat gravy, but my husband and son do, so I made it for them. And then here I'm just scrambling some eggs and getting everything ready to eat. Y'all, the biscuits are done, and so is all the rest of the food. Let's take a look at what we got here. Got some gravy, scrambled eggs, hash browns, ham, and then here are the biscuits. Now I'm gonna show you how these look on the inside and take a bite and see how they taste. And then I will rate it. Oh, they seem very fluffy so far. I'll look down here and get close. Look, that's delicious looking. Let's put a little butter on it. Or maybe a lot of butter. And then I'm gonna put some apple butter. This is some homemade apple butter that my friend gave me. I'm gonna put some of that on there. And then taste it. Oh, that looks so good. All right, let's taste this and see how this biscuit tastes. So good. Oh boy, that is good. So I will give that biscuit, I'm not gonna give it a 10 because it's not as good as my mama's, but I'm gonna give it an 8.5 on the Yum Factor scale. It's really good. I'm ready to dig in to the rest of this food. So y'all, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, like, and all the good stuff. And see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.